Most of us have been on some form of diet in one point of our lives, but most of us are also overweight and can't stick to that diet. Since my early age, I was a bit, you can call fat, but I was a bit chubby, and I was not satisfied with my eating habits. So for most people, there comes this point where you know that these habits are not good for you, and you want to lose weight because you want to feel better, you want to look better, you want to be healthier, but most diets fail. And why is that? Why is that some people have no issues with sticking to a diet and getting into shape and have it effortlessly, and some people struggle for years and they don't make any progress and they feel awful and they just give up or something? Contrary to what most people think, we are not machines and we do have feelings. And so it's not just black and white. You try a diet and you will succeed. You don't try a diet, you won't succeed. There is a specific psychology behind success with diets, and if you want to have success with anything in life, you have to dig deeper into the subject to know exactly how to achieve it. So if you want to know how to become fit and have it effortlessly like some people, you need to dive deeper into the psychology and to know yourself, to know your psychology. Why do you have these eating disorders? My strength is that I'm stubborn and I don't give up. Like I failed millions of times and I tried millions of diets and millions of different tactics, how to lose weight and get into shape, but basically none of them worked. I mean, they can work for some time, but ultimately you will fail eventually. Like that's called yo-yo dieting in this fitness industry. Like you lose weight and after some time you just fall back into your old habits and you gain that weight back, or even gain more weight than you had at the beginning. So if you want to do this long term, you need to have the proper mindset and you need to know exactly how to do it. And I'm glad that I'm stubborn, because I eventually did find out. I eventually did find out the psychology behind it and why I was overeating and how to actually get in shape. And this is overlooked in the fitness industry. Like you won't find this psychology videos about it. You will find tons of workouts and tons of diets and tons of little tricks to to help you magically lose weight. What I'm saying is not magical, and you won't lose weight overnight, but I can guarantee you that if you implement this, what I'm about to say, that you will lose weight eventually and that you will feel much, much better and that you will actually enjoy eating and fitness and the whole being healthy and fit thing. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss other videos like this, and let's hop into this video. So, what is the solution? Why do you struggle with overeating? Well, if you want to know exactly why, you need to dive into why do you what do you feel when you eat? Because often people are not happy during the day, so they find happiness in that. They are addicted to the emotional stuff they get from eating. So it's called emotional eating in by some people, but the whole point is that you eat because you find satisfaction in it. But you need to notice that eating is just your fuel, your body's fuel, and that you don't need to get emotional satisfaction from your food. Obviously, you can enjoy your food, but it's different. It's different to enjoy the food, and it's different to need the food to feel good about yourself. Like, if you enjoy the food, it is a boost. Like, for example, if you have your life figured out and you're happy over the day, you don't need the satisfaction that you get from the food. You just enjoy it. It's a bonus. But when you're addicted to food and you are emotionally addicted to it, attached to it, then of course that you can't get enough of it. if if food calms you down, if it feels like you finally get peace with food when you eat, you feel like you finally get that sense of satisfaction and peace, then you have a problem because you will you can't eat enough food uh, to keep that satisfaction lasting. Like, there is a certain amount of food which you can eat, and when you eat it, then you feel awful because not only did you eat too much food that you physically feel awful, but it's a heavy food and it takes time for your body to digest that food. So you need like a couple of hours to digest the food and to finally come back to your normal state because you feel like a zombie afterwards. And you you probably also overthink about it. You feel awful because you judge yourself for eating this food. So you're in this cycle, never-ending cycle that you can't get out of, and it feels awful. It feels like the hell, really. So, contrary to what people say, you don't need to focus on a specific diet and a specific plan for losing weight. The most important thing is to first um, get rid of the emotional baggage that you have and the emotional attachment to food. When you get rid of that, then you can easily adjust your food choices. Like, for example, in my case, when I tried working on the emotional stuff, afterwards it was easy for me to eat more healthier meals, and I still do get uh, I still do eat some from time to time some unhealthy food, but I don't need it as much. I don't I'm not attached to it. So your priority if you want to lose weight is to get rid of that attachment to food and to get rid of that emotional dependence on food, because you only get you only calm down when you eat food. It's the same with like smoking and watching TV. You It's a distraction because you're not happy you're not in ease at this moment by just being here, by doing nothing. You need to get comfortable with doing nothing and just being, because until you can do that, you will always need some external factor to distract you. And it's unhealthy. In all distractions are unhealthy because you're just wasting your life if you spend your time watching TV all the time, or eating unhealthy food, or smoking. All these habits are come from the same place, and they lead to the same place, to this unending cycle of you're not being able to enjoy your life, and you just distract yourself from the peace that you can have in this moment. So how do you do that? How do you get get rid of this emotional attachment to food or to anything? Well, you need to notice that you need to be in ease at this very moment by doing nothing. And there are many exercises to do that. Maybe not maybe you should try meditating, because it can greatly improve your ability to control yourself and to let go of all the stuff that you have in the background, overthinking and all this stuff. Also, there is this the do nothing technique, where you don't do anything and you just sit there and do nothing for extended periods, like maybe a couple of hours even. Maybe you should try like sitting there for 1 hour and not doing anything. And I would also recommend with food, for example, that you observe your emotions. You observe before the before your meal. You observe how do you feel. You observe. You will probably notice that you have excitement for your meal. That you can't wait. That you you wait for that meal. For example, you do have some activities that you hate and you feel like miserable during them, and you're subconsciously excited for the meal. You're waiting for that meal to give you this relief. So you need to notice that emotions, and the more you notice them and the more you pay attention to them, the more they kind of let loose of you. They stop being so serious. You can kind of step out of them, so they don't control you anymore. And with time, with practice, you can come to a place where they no longer have any control of you, and you don't need to have this excitement for food, because you're at peace and you're at ease in every situation. You can be hungry and um, don't you don't need that food anymore. So yeah, practice mindfulness on the daily basis. Practice meditation. Practice maybe the do nothing technique, and after some time will you will overcome this. You just need to be patient, and you need to notice the root of the problem, uh, not how it manifests. you should change the whole structure, not the content. Of course, I will talk more in depth in other videos about these emotional stuff, but I just wanted you to know that um, the problem is not what you think. It's not the uh, diet and the exercise and whatever. Is that it's your emotional attachment and your emotions that ultimately drive your actions and drive your being. Well, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like and drop a comment if you have any more questions or any thoughts, and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss other videos that I'll be posting in the future. That's it, and see you in the next one. Bye.